Hello there, my beautiful Virgo signs. This is Rachael with Dark Knight Coaching. So today's video is about you. I do feel like this is about love or some third-party situations for a lot of you. And there's a lot of energy here about you walking away from things that don't serve you anymore. So it's a very positive reading overall, Virgo, but something about playing with fire is a very significant message for you because there is a song that I meditated to on your energy called Play with Fire by Sam Tinez, Tinez. So you might want to check that song out because the lyrics, there's a lot of messages there about wanting to play with fire, stuff about cars, stuff about fast-moving energy, which does show up in your reading here. So it's very synchronistic and cohesive messages that I have that are tied to that song as well. But I'm going to dive into the Celtic cross spread that I pull first, and then I will pull a bunch of oracle cards for you and see what other messages your higher self and your guides have for you. Now, the first card I have for you, Virgo, is the Five of Pentacles. Some of you are feeling left out in the cold when it comes to a situation. Maybe you gave someone some sort of ultimatum, and the challenge here was like standing up for yourself, speaking your truth, knowing the truth, discerning what someone's telling you versus what they're actually doing. And the Ace of Swords is about having those like uncomfortable, honest adult conversations, even when we don't really want to. But it's also about like authenticity and being true and knowing what it is that you want and what it is you're willing to put up with when it comes to a relationship. And I do feel like you're remaining very poised at this time because you're setting firm and healthy boundaries for yourself with pure intentions. And that's a very positive card to have. Something about the number 48 might be significant. Now, the basis or the foundation of the situation, like where's this stemming from? To me, it's kind of coming from like a third party energy. Could be something in the polyamorous network or something like that. But with the Three of Cups here and me feeling like this involves love, I do get a lot of strong third party energy, or like people are not done in certain relationships. Now, this could also be stemming from like a friendship connection or something along those lines, because Three of Cups is typically about like celebrating with friends, going out, drinking, having a good time, things like that. And you can have a good time without drinking, just to clarify that. But I do feel like that's something to do with more than one person, like in the situation. Now, in the recent past, you've been the wounded warrior. This is Sagittarian energy, so you might have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart, or the person that you're dealing with could have a lot of Sag in their chart. The wounded warrior is like you've been through the ringer when it comes to love or emotional turmoil, and you're like almost wearing those things like a badge of honor because you've been through so much. Now, your subconscious energy tells me you're almost out of that mindset or that kind of past energy, because you have the 10 of Wands here. So you go from the 9 to the 10, which is a card of progress and completion. But I still feel like you're hanging on to a little bit of past burdens here because of the heartbreak that you've gone through. So you're still shifting your mindset and you're still trying to heal from those past situations and fully understand how it is you got to be where you are now. Because if we don't fully understand why or where we're at on our journey, we can't really do a lot of the introspective work that it requires or a lot of the healing. But in your current vibe, Virgo, you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is like a cool, calm, collected queen, and the Hierophant came out clarifying that. Now, the Hierophant is a card of Taurus energy, so you might have Taurus in your chart, but there is something significant about the full moon in Taurus. We are all releasing collectively things that no longer serve us. So if there was something or someone that was happening, a situation or relationship that was happening in like May or June, you might be letting that go and getting some closure from that for sure. Because in your near future card, you have the Eight of Cups, walking away from things that don't serve you. Now, if we don't walk away from things that don't serve us, then a Tower moment comes in. Spirit, the universe, whatever it is, comes in and they clear out things that are not meant for us, and they put us back on the path if we start to stray, whether we like it or not. But I feel like you are kind of going with the flow at this time because you're making some sort of commitment to yourself, a commitment of betterment, a commitment of educating yourself and learning something new. That's kind of what the Hierophant is typically tied to like tradition, but it can be tied to like learning something new or making some sort of commitment when it comes to something. And you have the commitment card here. So it says you dedicate yourself wholeheartedly to knowing that love is the very essence of your being. And I do feel like you do have a lust for love. Like you still want that. You're still open-hearted and open-minded, even despite the past pains and trials and tribulations that you've gone through, because you're what's in your control here is the sun. So joy and happiness are up to you. It is like at the cusp of your fingertips. I feel like it's like right there. You can almost taste it. But how people see you, maybe cold, cool, cruel, calculating. That's typically what the King of Swords energy is. But, you know, they don't understand what you had to go through to get to this point. So, you know, who cares? Like, in a way, who cares what other people think? But sometimes we just need to understand how people perceive us so we can maybe sometimes shift our mindsets or, you know, be able to understand someone else's perspective, even if it's right or rightly or wrongly. It may not be relevant to your situation, so make sure you use discernment here. Now, in your hopes and fears, Virgo, you have the Two of Cups. This is a card of wanting a connection, wanting a relationship, maybe wanting a partner when it comes to either business or love. But with the Knight of Wands here in your outcome, it means like you're going for it. You're not afraid to make the first move. You're not afraid to put yourself out there. I feel like you're very interested in moving forward. Now, be cautious though, because the Knight of Wands is a very quick moving energy. And sometimes, you know, if you're playing with fire, you're going to get burned. And if you're a Virgo, like I know some Virgos, once you have your mind set on something, it's like really hard for you to shift out of not doing it. And sometimes you move too quick. You're kind of like Sagittarius in that way, where you like don't look before you leap, and you might end up getting hurt. So just make sure you're aware of your patterns and that you're trusting yourself, and that you're aware that you're also learning and growing at the same time. Now, that's what I have for tarot, Virgo. If that message resonated, please make sure you smash the like button. It helps my channel grow. Now, energy is fluid, so this might be someone in your energy if it doesn't feel like it's a message for you. But I have a lot more oracle cards that will help you. Now, if you're interested in a personalized tarot reading or a one-on-one coaching session, make sure you reach out. You can book that on my website as well. And this moon card says, I trust my inner wisdom to guide me. This is this inner gnosis that you have. And I love to see both of these things here because that's just like a double confirmation. Like your soul knows on a base level. This Gnosis card reminds me of the Tree of Life. So something about the Kabbalah or the Tree of Life might be very significant for you. And then you also have the Triquetra. I love this card as well. This is like this is like life, death, rebirth energy. You can also tie this Triquetra to Mother, Maiden, Crone energy. You can tie it to Father, Son, Holy Ghost. It is basically energy of movement, inspires creations and life within you. Encourage and delight in the senses into life movement. So this is like life, death, rebirth. So when we grow up, we're ingrained and indoctrinated to have a certain belief system and value system. Typically, you know, in our 30s or at some point in time, we might go through a dark night of the soul or an enlightenment journey. And that's when the death happens. The ego death, everything we think we know dies, and we shed the old skin and we grow into something new. And that's what the Triquetra is about. It's cyclical. It's the number of 3, which is a master number. And it's about transitioning from life, the death of an ego or our identity, into the rebirth of something new, and that is the spiritual enlightened path. Now, you also have passion, so I feel like you're pursuing your passions now, whatever brings you joy and pleasure. That this is tied to the sacral chakra, which is our energy pleasure area. So you might be pursuing something that's bringing you a lot of pleasure, which could be cars because of the song that I had there. And there might be something about Libra or karma coming into balance for you on a financial or a judicial situation, because you have full moon in Libra, and a win-win outcome is forecast. So if you weren't sure about some sort of legal battle that you're experiencing, I do feel like as long as you've had pure and good intentions and you've been forthcoming, it will go in your favor. Now, the third eye intuition card I have for you is ACT. It says, what do you want and what is your gut saying? How can you make this happen? Write a list of pros and cons to cut a way through to reach your goals. Instinctively, you'll know what's a good choice. This could be just simple, like creating a bucket list of things you want to do and what you want to accomplish in life. What are your passions? Maybe you're just rediscovering that at this time, but I do feel like you're going to have a lot of time to introspect and evaluate what it is that brings you joy. And typically when we throw ourselves into hobbies and things that bring us joy, we'll find partners or like-minded people that also enjoy those same sort of things. So number 37, people in the home. Now it is the holiday season, basically when I'm recording this video in the States. So something about family and home might be significant for you, Virgo. It says, people in the home cooperate in their shared space and invest in it together. Steadily over time, all involved can grow freely and find their place in nurturing connections with others. New things can enter and grow, becoming part of the whole. What are the boundaries of the home you inhabit, and how are you building inner and outer relationships into a home? And what kinds of growth does this environment support? I feel like this is tied to that King of Swords energy. So if people kind of see you as cold and maybe lonely, you might want to shift something there for yourself if you feel guided. But that's what I have for you, Leo. This was kind of like a short and sweet reading, so hopefully it helped. If it did, again, please smash that like button. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you reach out and book on my website for a one-on-one coaching session or a personalized tarot reading. And if you want to enter to win, there's a competition I'm holding at the end of the month. You can enter to win a free reading, and I will have that posted on December 1st. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here.